Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So as some of you may already know, we did have a Pokemon Presents that recently took place, bringing forth some new information about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC, including some more gameplay footage, an overview of sorts for the DLC itself, etc. Now that said, I'm sure your favorite Poketubers have already covered this topic to death, but today we're going to be going over the additional information present on the Pokemon Company website, and I'll give you guys my general thoughts and opinions and whatnot, so yeah, enjoy. Alright, boys and girls, so we got quite a bit to get through. As you can see, there are 8 little blurbs for us to click through. So the first one is something new to enjoy, mass outbreak events. Cool. I'm not going to read through all this. Mass outbreaks are nice to see. There was something in Legends that was a thing, and yeah, like that's actually a cool thing that they're adding. Cool. We're going to go through all of this stuff, and then I'm going to give you guys my kind of opinions and whatnot, but here we go. An expanded story connecting back to the Paldea region on top of your school trip. Your studies abroad at Blueberry Academy. The story of hidden treasure of Area Zero will tie back to the Paldea region as well, and it's just got that. Okay, I was expecting a little more there. Okay, newly discovered Paradox Pokemon, and designs are subjective. But come on, Raikou looks ridiculous. I actually think Iron Crown looks kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. But I don't like Raging Bolt, man. He looks weird. And before you guys say, oh, he's based off of Kieran, I've seen fan designs of this thing based off of Kieran, and they look way cooler. I don't like how... he looks like a giraffe. He does, anyway. Newly discovered Paradox Pokemon will be appearing in the Paldea region. It seems you'll be able to encounter Raging Bolt in Scarlet and Iron Crown in Violet. And yeah, like, you know, I think Iron Crown looks pretty cool. I don't necessarily like that every future Paradox Pokemon has to be metallic. It's almost like I understand that it's more quote unquote like futuristic or whatever, but like in this like hypothetical future world of Pokemon, are all the Pokemon just androids at this point? Like, what's going on there? We got 2 forms of the new legendaries. We've already seen this before, or maybe we haven't. I could have sworn I've seen both of his forms. Train your Pokemon in battle as a member of the League Club, so this is kind of interesting. In Blueberry Academy's League Club, the Indigo Disc trainers participating in the BB League, including the Elite Four, and together you train through Pokemon battles. You can also visit the club room to meet up with people you've encountered. The club room computer, you can use this to lend hands to other clubs that need funding for their activities. If you donate Blueberry points, BP, so battle points, a currency used within the Academy, you may receive thank you gifts from clubs you've donated to. For example, you could donate to the art club and you'll be able to redecorate. Okay. Special guest. During your time at the Blueberry Academy, you'll find familiar faces from the Paldea region for a visit. When you invite a trainer over, you can talk to them and take photos together. If you defeat one of these trainers in battle, you'll be able to trade Pokemon with them. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I'm not going to lie, this probably should have been in the base game, rebattling gym leaders, but being able to trade with them is kind of a cool concept. Let's see. Enter the Blueberry League and take on the Elite Four. So you can rematch the Elite Four. Well, were you, you know, I beat Scarlet and Violet and then I kind of put it down. Were you not able to rebattle them? No, you weren't. I remember you were able to participate in a tournament after, but yeah, so now you can rebattle the Elite Four. And this is another thing, like, rematching the Elite Four has been a thing in every single Pokemon game since Red and Blue, and now it's being sold as DLC. Like, do you guys see what, like, I'm not trying to trash on Pokemon, but do you guys understand why things like this put a bad taste in my mouth? Like, you're selling us features back that were originally part of base games. A big part of that goes into the National Dex thing. Like, oh, look at all these new biomes you can explore that contain a bunch of Pokemon. Like, that's why this DLC model, like I don't like it. Like that's why I would have rather a third game at this point if you're going to do all this anyway. And then if you want all the Pokemon, you got to get both DLCs, right? But anyway, the students battle each other. Okay, you can fight the Elite Four. You'll receive an invitation to join the league from Drayton, a member of the BB League. Elite Four. Oh, they have a different Elite Four. Never mind. Interesting. Okay, where each biome is... So are you still not going to be able to battle the Elite Four? To battle one of the BB Elite Four, you must first pass their Elite Trial. Each trial is different. Okay, cool. Flying, in order to tackle the event. So there's a flying minigame. There was a balloon popping minigame as well, if you don't know. These are just some characters. I'm not too interested in going over characters and stuff. I'm more interested in features. New ways to play in the land of Kitakami. Aim for the Ogre Oustin high score. So this is the balloon popping. Is this the balloon popping minigame? Maybe. Yeah, it is. This is a balloon popping minigame. Cool. The roto stick, so you can take selfies. You can take still take selfies, and then you could share those selfies. Cool. Search for Pokemon to photograph the Timeless Woods. So there's basically like minigame Pokemon Snap with this Rule 34 girl. Okay, next we have the legendary Pokemon Ogerpon has been discovered in its terrestrialized state. Ogerpon has recently been sighted in its terrestrialized state in whatever, Part 1, the Teal Mask, but its appearance seems to differ from most other Terra Pokemon. Exactly what sort of power is this? So it has a special Terra form that's kind of like G-Max. Explore Kitakami. By the way, Tekka Katame or something. I can't remember what it was, but that was when I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that was like the name of one of the chokes. The holds. It was like a... It's been like a decade. Anyway, that's what I was confusing it with. After arriving for a school trip, you get to explore the land's rich history by participating in orienting activities. You and other students will be tasked with traveling the land in search of signboards that depict stories from one of Kitakami's oldest folk tales. As you learn more about the history, you might unmask its mystery. Then you got Miss Briar, who's a teacher in charge of your school trip. Briar is an extremely inquisitive disposition and shows a keen interest in the terrestrial phenomena. Okay, cool. Then we have, this. Okay, they had a whole trailer for this, and it's basically Mew's in the game, which I might actually pick up because I want to do a Pokedex challenge. Mew's in the game under Mystery Gift now, and Mewtwo Terra Raids will be a thing. So that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of my overall thoughts, I'm not entirely sold on what they're bringing us, but I will say it does look like so far there is going to be more content than the Sword and Shield DLC. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it does feel like having a separate Elite Four challenge is kind of cool. Again, I'm not a fan of how the biomes bring forth National Dex Pokemon, but there is going to be more Pokemon to catch, just like the Sword and Shield DLC. I'm honestly, like, I'm hoping this ends up being good. I don't know what's going to happen with the Area Zero thing. It does feel like a pretty good idea that they are going to expand the story of Scarlet and Violet. They probably should have done that in the base game, but at least they are doing that because the Sword and Shield DLC was completely kind of... It touched on aspects of the original like base games, but it was more so all in its own separate area. So it is kind of cool that you're going back to Paldea to do something, but I don't know, guys. I feel like when you have an 80 or 60 if you're American dollar Switch title, like, this is the type of stuff that should be in the base game already. It just feels like they're taking little pieces that would have usually been in a Pokemon game and then just kind of adding it together. And that's just talking about like when Pokemon was handheld. Considering the price difference in a Switch game compared to like a DS game, I do personally think that there should be more base game content. But at the end of the day, we're gonna only time will tell. This might be a good DLC, it might not be. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.